To mount the ArduCam camera with a motorized focus, you will need the camera by itself, camera house, a lid for it, M2 25mm screws and hexagonal nuts for it, 2 caps and 2 bottoms for screw thumbs, and 2 bolts with hexagonal head, 2 M5 T-nuts, a flex cable for the camera, 2 jumper cables that are approximately 50 or 60 centimeters long with female connectors on both ends, and a spiral cover for it, and a pair of tweezers. I suggest you start assembly by guiding the jumper cables through the slit on the light screen. So first you need to guide the cables through this slit on the light screen, and you just push them in, and then with the tweezers you can pull out the wires. And then you need to guide these cables through this slit in the bird's nest to further connect them to the Raspberry Pi computer. Then you can proceed by connecting the flex cable to the camera. You need to open the flex cable connector on both sides and then put the flex cable into its port, making sure that the metal on the cable faces the metal in the port. And then close the connector. To my experience, this brown cable on this type of camera disconnects quite easily, so please make sure that it's pushed in properly and the connector is flushed against the surface. Next, you need to remove all the extra plastic that is printed into the welds for hexagonal nuts, and then place the hexagonal nuts where they belong. And please guide the camera cables through the slit on the back of the camera house. And connect them to the pins on the camera PCB following our instructions. So the yellow cable should be connected to the SDA pin, and the green cable should be connected to the SCL pin. And then please guide the flex cable then you can put the lid on it. The next step is to assemble the thumb screws. So just push the bolts into the bottom part, align the stripes on the lid and the bottom, and click it in. For the ease of assembly, you can attach the thumb screws to the camera house right away. but don't tighten it too much here to be able to slide it into the aluminum profile. Align the T-nuts with the aluminum profile and slide the camera onto it. And then you need to guide the flex cable through the slit in the screen to the back of the screen. Make sure that there will be no kinks in the flex cable once it's pulled on the other side. The flex cable should be guided into the bird's nest through the same slit as the wires. Here. You don't want the cables to be visible from the front because they will reflect in the petri dish, so you need to pull them out like this and make sure that the thumb screw is attached. The flex cable should then go into the port on the Raspberry Pi computer. Again, make sure that the metal contacts on the cable are facing metal contacts on the port. Open the holder on both sides. Then slide in the cable. And then push the holder all the way in. It should look like this. These two wires should be connected to the 2 pins on the Raspberry Pi computer. Please make sure that you are following the wiring instruction. And the last step is to cover these 2 wires with a spiral flex cover to not have them hanging out like this.